It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? The radio fixed it. The new radio has solved my throttle problems. As you can see, throttle opens completely. Brake moves as far as it needs to. I have the trim for the brake about halfway, because if I turn it all the way up, like I have the throttle, it'll really force this thing forward to the point where it's almost trying to pull this hose through this tang here. So I figure that ought to be enough just to get the brake to engage. So just wanted to give you guys an update that I got the new receiver in. That's not how it's going to be mounted permanently. That was just temporary for a test. As you can see, I still have my old battery powered switch which runs to the battery box hooked up to it. These wires I have zip tied for now just to get them out of the way, or for the new switch that goes to the receiver, and they're going to plug into my rechargeable battery off the rechargeable battery pack that I picked up today as well. So there's the good news. I had it out for about 2 minutes. It was running great, popping wheelies, everything like it should be, taking off. Acceleration was great. The braking was a little bit off, so I was going to bring it back in to adjust it. Fortunately now, this is only like the third time I ran the damn thing, and here you can see another problem. She had a bad accident once again. Maybe it's just the driver, I don't know. But she flipped a couple times, and I went to accelerate, and it moved a little bit, and then it stopped. So there you can see the plastic is snapped. I don't know what this part is called. In a real car it would be like a drive axle or an axle, and I'm hoping to hell the hobby shop has one of these so I can get to run it for a good bit this weekend. I got a good amount of fuel left, and I think the weather tomorrow is supposed to be somewhat decent here in PA. It's been pretty cold and dreary out the past couple days, so it would be nice for a change to be able to get out and be able to run this thing and have it working right now. I also, tomorrow I'm going to be picking up an exhaust hanger which bolts onto the back here of the shock tower, which is brand new because of my last accident. There it is, all shiny and new. And the exhaust hanger bolts onto the back of this. The bolts that hold the body mount, which is also new because it didn't come with one on it when I got it. Those bolts come out and they'll hold the bracket on, which sits underneath like this. It's metal, and then you run zip ties over top to hold the dual exhaust on. So hopefully I had to go in anyway to the hobby shop to pick that up. Should be there tomorrow. I am just hoping he has a new one of these because the car is undrivable without it. Just my short opinion of this radio, running it for about 5 minutes. It is great. I love it. Steering, something I didn't notice at the time, but with this old radio here, steering wasn't turning all the way either. I'll show you. I mean, I was taking wide turns. I mean, it's like I was driving a Mack truck or something. I kind of thought, you know, this thing should have better steering than that. It was probably I'm just gonna adjust the left on here. It was probably only turning like that, but you can see how far it turns to the right. That's about all it was doing, left and right. I just turned my left down to show you what it was doing. It was turning about that much, maybe a little bit more. I mean, it was pretty bad. So let me adjust this back here. Steering all the way up, and you get your full. Beautiful thing. It turns so much better, which is part of the reason why it wrecked. Maybe I was just used to the old way. I was taking wide turns and turned it a little sharp, and she went flipping luckily I didn't have the body on, so didn't damage that any. But I filled up the tank. That's about all the fuel I got burned off of it before it broke. And about a minute of that was just me sitting there like, okay, what happened? Why isn't it moving? What's wrong now? And I saw this thing flopping around in there. So I just want to give you guys an update. Also, I read that the grips are interchangeable on this. This is the medium-sized grip, is what it comes with. It's like a foam, like a cushiony foam type thing. You can supposedly take that off and replace it with a small or a large, and to suit your hands. I didn't get to do a very good distance test on it because it's dark outside right now. I could barely even see the car where it was, so I didn't take it too far away from me, so I didn't really get to see how far away it goes. But definitely it's so much smoother, no jerking. It's just, I love that. That's how it's supposed to be now. Also, I noticed this has a port to plug in like an AC adapter. You can put rechargeable batteries in, which I'm going to try to get the adapter for this. That way you just plug this whole thing right into the wall and you can run off rechargeable batteries. Right now, like I said, this is running off of just standard throwaway batteries, but I've got an adapter, well, it's somewhere, that's gonna plug this. Well, this goes to the receiver, and this will have an adapter, and it'll run back to the back, or I'm gonna run that off the rechargeable battery pack. So I won't be going through batteries as much, and since this only takes 4 as opposed to 8, it'll be a lot cheaper either way if I just decide to go with the throwaway batteries or not. But, and also, oh yeah, it has a built-in failsafe, which is awesome because I was gonna be purchasing one of them. I actually, with the old radio, I had it run away, but luckily it wasn't at a very high speed. It was just kind of cruising away, so I was able to catch it. But when you turn the transmitter off, it's on right now. When I turn this off, you can hear that kind of change. That's actually in the failsafe mode right now, which it goes into as soon as battery power is cut off from the transmitter or it's lost. I have it programmed just to go into neutral, but actually when I rewire this, I'm probably going to change it so it'll put the brakes on. I'll have the wheels go straight and just have it apply the brakes once if anything would happen, you know, interference, which is highly unlikely with this 2.4, but you never know. It's a great thing to have because you spend so much money on these things. You don't want to have them wreck into a wall or get hit by a car or something like that, you know. I mean, I've almost, well, with the receiver and everything, I've got over 300 in this already. I mean, I could have went out and bought a brand new one, but you know, I like fixing them up and kind of personalizing them, and I knew I was gonna wreck it, so I just figured, you know, I might as well get one that I won't cry at least too much if I wreck it really bad. But definitely not too happy that this broke. I was ready to go out and play a little tonight, definitely over the weekend, but I'm gonna try and call the hobby shop tomorrow, or well, I'll just stop in because I gotta go in anyway, and hopefully they'll have that part. And I would imagine that's something that people probably break quite often, and I'm wondering now if I have my slipper clutch set too tightly. Maybe I'm thinking the wheels are spinning, it came down on the wheel and there was just too much pressure applied to this and snapped it, so maybe my slipper clutch will need adjusted. And also, I'd like to ask you guys a question. Back here in the back is wet with fuel. The side of the easy start and the bottom of the easy start is wet with fuel. It's leaking somewhere out the side here. Now I sealed the engine, I sealed the side plate or whatever it is that's under here. I sealed that, and I sealed the carburetor. Not quite sure where it's coming from. Just like to get your guys' opinion. Maybe you can help me figure out where this is coming from. I want to get that to stop leaking, But otherwise, it ran good. When I had it out there, it was running good. It was taking off. It was popping wheelies. It was going crazy. I had a blast for a short time. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update. So wish me luck with getting this new part tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to run it this weekend. Thanks for watching, guys.